Salty.
You know, oh yeah, you know, swing way, bring it high. You know, oh yeah, you're not so deep.
Yo. What we do here is go back.
What's up, people? Salty McFly. Now, before I get into the video and what I want to talk about today, I've decided that I think I'm going to tone down my commentary style a little bit just for these commentaries like this. I'm going to save all the craziness for when I'm actually playing the game or doing like a supply drop opening or doing something like that, things that need that energy. That's what I'm going to do it. But when I do commentaries from now on, I'm going to do it just like we was just hanging out. You know what I'm saying? You'd be listening to me, we'd just be talking, and that's what I'm going to do. So let me know in the comments if you prefer this style over me going all crazy all the time. But I think I like this style a little better. So now what I want to talk about today is actually kind of personal. You know, I got people in my family that don't know this, you know what I mean? And I got friends that don't know it either, but I feel good about sharing it with you guys, and hopefully you guys will get a better understanding of what kind of person I am. I've been asked a couple times why I'm a Yankees fan who lives in Boston. You know what I mean? We just recently moved, but I lived just outside of Boston my entire life, but I've been a hardcore Yankees fan my whole entire life. And most people, especially family members and things like that, always assume that because the Yankees are good, the Yankees are cool. The Yankees aren't that good anymore, but it's the cool thing to like the Yankees and all that stuff like that. But that was never the reason for me. And when they say stuff like that and they don't really know me, it just kind of aggravates me on the inside. So I don't feel like they deserve to know the true reason, you know what I mean? Because it's kind of deep-seated, and I don't feel that comfortable sometimes about telling people the exact reason why I'm a Yankees fan. But I'm going to tell you guys right now. It all started when I was a little kid. I went to a lot of different schools. I went to 8 different schools by the time I finished 12th grade, by the time high school was done. So essentially, I was changing schools like every single year. And it wasn't because, you know, I was a troublemaker or I was getting expelled or I was getting bullied or anything like that. I've never been bullied a day in my life. It was just a weird situation with how I was living and, you know, home life and things like that, you know what I mean? So I spent a lot of time watching TV and playing video games, you know what I mean? Like, I had a home life and I had a school life, and they were completely different. Like, constantly just, they never ever overlapped. I played baseball and stuff a couple years, but even that wasn't with people from my school, the school I went to at that time. It was from kids from like all over the place. So I never had a chance to lay down roots and, you know, get really good friends and develop those relationships. So I was always at home watching TV or playing video games, you know what I mean? And there was this one movie that heavily influenced my life, and it was called The Sandlot. It's kind of crazy to talk about it like that now, but it's true, you know, and I don't want to ruin the movie for anyone who hasn't seen the movie, but the movie is about a new kid moves to an area and he meets this whole group of kids. All they want to do is play baseball all day, but the main thing about this movie is a Babe Ruth baseball. The kids lose a ball, and the new kid says, I got a ball, we can still play. He goes home, grabs a ball. He doesn't realize it's signed by Babe Ruth. He has no clue who Babe Ruth is, and they play with the ball and they lose it. I'm not going to tell you how or what happens to the ball. You can watch the movie, figure that out. But the whole movie is the kids trying to teach this kid who Babe Ruth is, who the Yankees are, and them trying to get the ball back before the new kid's dad comes back from wherever he went. So that heavily influenced me, just to see how these kids, you know, treated that Babe Ruth baseball. There was nothing more important in the world. There was nothing more valuable to them than the Babe Ruth baseball and him being a Yankee and all those things. And that got ingrained in me, you know what I mean? Because there was nothing I wanted more than to be one of those kids, to be able to walk outside and have all these kids, you know, from school, and just to hang out, play baseball, and just do all that, because I didn't have that at all. There was none of that when I was a kid growing up. So I carried that with me throughout my entire life, you know what I mean? Like, before I even knew there was a rivalry, Red Sox, Yankees, anything like that, I was already a hardcore Yankees fan before I even, like, watched baseball. Just because the kids in the movie were just so passionate about it, I became passionate about it. And as I got older, I started to realize that thing that I love the most, besides, you know, my family, my mom, of course. My mom is absolutely amazing. If you guys haven't seen the videos with my mom, I'll put them in the description. We played Mortal Kombat X. I was showing her the fatalities, and she was going through cancer treatment at the time. She was losing all her hair. She was wearing a hat, but she still wanted to do the video. She still wanted to be in it and filmed and be a part of it. So that's the kind of person she is. She's absolutely amazing. So I'll put those in the description. But the Yankees were just that important to me. You know what I mean? Right under family was the Yankees. And it would have been very easy for me as a kid, and even like growing up through middle school, high school, and all that, to be a Red Sox fan on the outside, but just be a Yankees fan inside. I kind of hide it away. But that's not the kind of person I am. I couldn't do it. You know, I stuck to my guns, and I still do to this day that I'm a Yankees fan. And you can like it, you can dislike it, but hopefully now that you guys know the reason why I'm a Yankees fan, you guys can at least understand. You know what I mean? You don't have to like it. You know what I mean? But put yourself in my shoes. You know what I mean? Like, what would you do? So, I hope you guys got a little better understanding of who I am and why I'm a Yankees fan, and like how I grew up and all those things like that. So, that's it. Thank you guys for listening so much. Salty McFly.